Hi Scorpio, welcome to your video for the Jupiter in Sagittarius transit. And this is happening from November 8th, 2018 to December 2nd, 2019, and how it affects your sign, whether you are a Sun in Scorpio or Scorpio rising. I'm probably going to title this CHA-CHING because this is going to be in your second house. And it's called the house of value. It's also called the house of earned income. And this is the money that you earn. But in general, this can be your possessions, your assets, if you will. The money that you bring in, your different income streams. And with Jupiter being in Sagittarius, the sign that it rules, the potential for expansion is very good. This is true for everyone because Jupiter in Sagittarius will act in an optimal way for all of us. But it's fortunate for you in a financial sense because of the house that it is going into. Because Jupiter is the planet of luck and expansion, you can have a lucky break in anything connected to income streams. Perhaps something that you were doing maybe for free that you never even thought of doing as a paid kind of a thing you decide to do as a paid gig, and it takes off right away. And I just want to say that I'm not one of those people that promotes, get rich quick schemes or anything like that. But sometimes things just are successful right off the bat. And the reason that I bring this up is because I think some people get very discouraged when they start their own business, when they try to promote a product, because they feel like it's very slow going. And they don't want to wait. And I always feel like if you are starting something that's your own business, that either you have the ability, through a partner to be able to sustain yourself, or you keep, that you have another job, that you don't put your pressure on doing that business as your only source of income, because then yes, you will probably get very frustrated very quickly and feel the pressure. But this is one of those things, it could be like a fluke where you just do something for the heck of it. Maybe you love to sew as a hobby and you just make this really cool tote bag, and your friend sees it and says, "Oh my God, where'd you get that?" And you said, "I made it. Could you make one for me?" And then somebody, responds to the friend and says, "Where did you get that tote bag?" And then before you know it, you're just churning them out. You're cranking them out. And so you're earning money. It's not like you're winning the lottery and you're doing work. You're earning that money. But the lucky break is that it seemed to just come out of nowhere, where you had this bag and all of a sudden everybody wanted it. But, I wouldn't even worry about categorizing how this plays out in terms of whether it's money you earn or whether you get a monetary gift. I'm thinking back to when I had Jupiter transiting my second house a few years ago, and it was money that I didn't earn. So you can just expand your finances in general. But what I like about this idea of the money that you earn is because if you have multiple income streams, maybe you just think, I'm going to make money this way. And you have a particular job, you go there every day, and that's how you think That's how you make money. It's funny because I wasn't even thinking that you were Scorpio when I was saying that. I was just talking. And then I thought, yeah, that sounds like something that Scorpio would do because you're a fixed sign. And sometimes fixed signs get tunnel vision where they cannot imagine for themselves anything other than what they're doing right now. And there's a certain stubbornness in their viewpoint. And this is all about expanding whatever your viewpoint is when it comes to the idea of money. Because, you know, if you think about the law of attraction and you think about poverty consciousness, it's amazing how deeply ingrained these negative messages are. Long ago, years ago, the Unity Church that I attend, and I've been attending Unity Church of Christianity pretty regularly for the last 30 years. But I remember many years ago, before I ever heard the law of attraction, I went to a seminar at this Unity Church, and it was about prosperity. And the person said, I mean, we had to kind of review all of the messages that we'd gotten. And I remember the one that stuck out was money doesn't grow on trees. And I didn't really appreciate that workshop at the time because I was still in that mindset. And now I really see things a lot differently. I think some of you are going to emerge from this transit, Scorpio, and have a more optimistic and expansive concept of money in general. Water signs like Scorpio, like Cancer, and I would say those two specifically, the other water sign is Pisces, are really good at saving money. Probably Scorpio is, I think Scorpio's a retentive sign. So that probably really applies for Scorpio. But saving money is something that misers can do very well. But a miser can be somebody who has a lot of money, but they're afraid to spend any of it. And so saving money just because isn't necessarily a virtue if you're depriving yourself of things that you need, or if you're not enjoying the fruits of your labor, the things that money can buy that are wholesome and add value to your life. And maybe this will be an easing up of that, if that's something that is very hard for you to do. Because remember, you can't take it with you, right? So it's not about squandering it, but by the same token, it's not about feeling that it's bad to enjoy what money can bring. And this is sometimes, passed down from family of origin and cultural influences as well. Now, the second house can be the house of expenditures. So you may be bringing in more money during this year, but you may be spending more as well. And that's okay. I mean, if you have enough to cover it, as long as you're not wasting it. But if there are things that need to be bought and now you have the money to do it, that's all good, because now you can be covered. I think of the idea of the universe having our back. And sometimes people say, oh my God, I'm spending so much money lately. I have all these bills that I didn't expect to have, or that just have kind of I might have expected to have them, but all of a sudden I have to pay these bills. And if you are making more at the same time, then the universe is showing you that, yeah, maybe you have a lot of expenditures, but you also have an increase in the money that you have earned. So it's taking care of those expenditures. And feeling like the universe is on your side is basically what I'm saying. So that you can relax, because when you feel tense, to me that's a form of resistance, and it doesn't help the flow. The second house is also kind of something that is less tangible, and this is about self-esteem. And so you may gain in self-esteem for some reason, Scorpio. It's also the house of talents. And talents are things that if you showcase your talents, that can boost your self-esteem because you know that you're doing what you came here to do. So that can also be an example of feeling a certain sense of, worthiness, because other people may be appreciating things that they never saw before. And with Jupiter here, it's like you get the opportunity to share your talents, and or you're lucky when you utilize your talents. And if we go back to the idea of making money, perhaps some of you will decide to take the plunge and make your money with something that you're talented at. Now, that might seem kind of funny because you're saying, how can you make money if you don't have talent in a certain area? You know what I mean. I'm not talking about just having the basic ability to do something, but sometimes our talents go unused. And I'm speaking specifically of creative talents, because those are the ones that tend to not fit into a lot of career choices, and they may just go unnoticed by others, and you are bringing them out in some way. And then on top of that, you are feeling a sense of being even more blessed. And the second house is also the house of values. So I started out by saying this is a house of value because, what is something worth? What are all my assets worth? What am I worth? What is my net worth? But if you look at it from a more interior perspective, your self-esteem is your inner net worth. Values are about your ethics, your morals, which is kind of, very philosophical, again, very connected to that Jupiter and Sagittarius energy. So this can really mean that if you are working in integrity, you benefit, because Jupiter and Sagittarius are all about integrity. And so maybe your values are kind of like enhanced, and you may realize even more the kind of things that make your life seem like a good one, seem like you're doing what you came here to do. So as you can see, Scorpio, the second house is far from simply, how much money you have in the bank. But I will say that how much money you have in the bank could very well increase between November of 2018 to December of 2019. So, cha-ching it is. Okay, Scorpio, that's what I have for you. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you'd like a private reading, the link is below for my natal chart interpretations. Good luck to you during this very lucky Jupiter transit. Bye.